Thank you so much. That was a very exciting presentation, and we hope to see those beautiful plants everywhere, not only in Paris. Okay, so now it is an honor to introduce our final keynote speaker. Her name is Alexandra Palt. She's the Chief Corporate Responsibility Officer of L'Oréal and Executive Vice President of the L'Oréal Foundation. A lawyer by training, Alexandra specializes in human rights. She began her career at a law firm and then worked for Amnesty International in Germany. For the next 10 years, Alexandra worked at organizations specializing in CSR, diversity, change management, and sustainability. In 2012, she joined the L'Oréal Foundation as the Chief Sustainability Officer, launching Sharing Beauty with All, L'Oréal's sustainability program, which sets commitments for 2020 addressing the company's impacts across its value chain. In 2017, Alexandra was appointed Chief Corporate Responsibility Officer, becoming the General Manager of the L'Oréal Foundation, in addition to her role as the head of CSR and Sustainability Department. She is not a stranger to C40 family. Alexandra is actively involved in the Women4Climate Paris mentorship program as a mentor. L'Oréal is also the founding founder of the C40 Women4Climate initiative, and we are very, very thankful to her. So please join me in welcoming Alexandra to the stage. Bienvenida, Alexandra, gracias.
Thank you. Thank you for this introduction. Thank you. It's a privilege for me to close this intergenerational gathering of exceptional women and men who have come together to confront the most urgent challenge of our time, climate change. We have spent this morning together to promote, highlight, and strengthen what we all know is one of the most promising resources the world has in this fight, women's leadership. L'Oréal is proud to be a founding partner of the C40 Women4Climate initiative, which embodies two of our most important commitments, empowering women and fighting climate change. So just a few words about L'Oréal. We are a global beauty company whose business depends upon and affects the well-being of millions, particularly women around the world. Women are essential to our business, not just as consumers, but as farmers and factory workers, as scientists and executives at every level. In our company, women are leading 60% of our brands. They represent half our board, and definitely more than half of our rising talents. Our products are made with ingredients that are harvested by women around the world, and whose availability can easily be affected by climate change. This has led L'Oréal to make a strong commitment to helping our producers mitigate and adapt to climate change in their production methods. In 2005, L'Oréal pledged to reduce carbon emissions from our industrial activities by 50% in absolute value. Today, we can proudly say that we have exceeded our goal and we have reduced our carbon emissions by 73% since 2005, without sacrificing market share or economic competitiveness. So for L'Oréal, supporting Women4Climate is clearly a strategic decision, but it is also a decision motivated by our conviction and our vision of who we want to be as a company. We want to be a company that proves to everyone that by being responsible corporate citizens, by protecting the environment, by improving the health and well-being of all people, business can also enjoy economic success. We want to show that responsible growth is not just possible, but a necessity. In fact, is the only key to long-lasting performance. As we heard and discussed today, the fight against climate change must also be led by those most affected by it, who are rarely those who caused it. As primary caregivers, women every day must nurse children sickened by polluted air. As primary gatherers of firewood and drinking water, women in developing countries must deal every day with the consequences of deforestation and the disappearance of waterways. And as natural disasters and severe weather events continue to impact vulnerable communities around the world, it seems that women are more likely to be the victims. We were lucky today to listen to exceptional women who are already taking the initiative and leading. Cristina Figueres, who negotiated the Paris Agreement, and Patricia Espinosa leading its implementation. And of course, C40 city mayors, overcoming every day significant resistance, who need to convince citizens and governments that this is the right choice to make. But let's also think about the millions of women doing agricultural work, trying to find new solutions and innovate, such as solar-powered irrigation systems, new farming techniques, or the thousands of women who planted some 51 million trees in Kenya under the leadership of the late Professor Wangari Maathai. We also know that there is a vast reservoir of untapped potential for women's leadership in climate change, and that we must find new ways to tap into it. If we are to make a continued and lasting impact against climate change, then we will need the talents, insights, and contributions of many thousands more women, especially young women, scientists, lawyers, economists, financiers, and activists. Women4Climate Global Mentorship Program is building a critical core of future climate leaders in the C40 community. Mayor Anne Hidalgo has already worked with an impressive first cohort of mentees who you met today. And we are happy to welcome a new class of mentees here in Mexico City. We hope that very soon we will have identified some 500 mentees, young women whose insights and commitments will help transform the world and who are right now might benefit from the guidance, encouragement, and backing of a mentor. Like so many women, I have relied on the wisdom of mentors throughout my career. Women who have taught me many important things and gave me insights that you cannot learn in books. As said this morning, we know young women are just as qualified and brilliant as their male counterparts, but are at disadvantage when it comes to networking, self-confidence, and frankly, their relationship to power. The conviction that a mentor can help a young woman develop these critical skills and discover abilities they may not have realized they had within them is the cornerstone of the Women4Climate initiative. Ban Ki-moon said once, "We are the first generation to be able to end poverty and the last generation that can take steps to avoid the worst impacts of climate change. Future generations will judge us harshly if we fail to uphold our moral and historical responsibilities." The women of our two generations have come together today to uphold the moral and historical responsibilities former Secretary General Moon spoke of. As mentors, my generation can and must transfer our knowledge and experience and empower the next generation with the tools and confidence to thrive in their professions and limit climate change. I'm confident that this partnership between the women of our two generations will indeed make a crucial difference in the fight against climate change. I thank you all, and especially the C40 and Mayor Hidalgo, for the opportunity to contribute to this vital mission. Thank you to Mayor Mancera for having welcomed this second Women4Climate conference. I think and I hope I can speak for all of us, saying that we are looking forward to meeting next year with new mentors and new mentees from Durban, Montreal, Vancouver, and Quito, soon from all over the world, engaged in fighting climate change relentlessly and building better lives for all of us. Thank you.